Hi everybody, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts, and this is going to be the first day of Prehistoric Facts week here on Sunday, December 1st. And what is going to happen here is this. I actually start off with an answering questions episode. And then tomorrow's episode on Monday would actually be a special episode. So wherever you fans decide to choose which kind of dinosaur or prehistoric animal you want me to talk about, submit it onto the Prehistoric Facts fan page. That way I can actually know what kind of dinosaur or prehistoric life form that you want me to talk about. Only vertebrates though, I only want to talk about vertebrates. And then Tuesday will actually be an answering questions episode once again. And then Wednesday will be a special episode. Thursday will be answering questions. And then Friday would be a special episode, and then the final day of Prehistoric Facts Week, it would actually be a answering questions episode. So hopefully I can get a lot of questions sometime throughout the whole week, so that I can answer a lot of so that I can help you guys understand some prehistoric life, and also what kinds of animals actually are there and all that kind of stuff. So today we're actually going to start off with answering questions. So even though I got one email from one person, but I mean, hey, what can you do? I mean, I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving, and hopefully everything turned out okay, and hopefully either your football team won on Thanksgiving or not, or otherwise over the weekend. I mean, hey, what can you do? But hey, it's gonna be I'd say this is gonna be a good week. So hopefully this does not get too hectic as I actually thought it would be going into this kind of week. So hopefully it doesn't get too hectic. But anyway, let's get started for this question. Rini from Embarrass, Wisconsin. Hi, Chris. It seems that all areas of science have periodic changes to information. Oftentimes, information is updated and revised because of newly found data or new suppositions. Have you seen changes to information since you have begun studying dinosaurs? Do you expect future changes as well? Well, most of all, every science usually has changes, and we actually all know that, because it's like, say, in astronomy. In astronomy, we actually know that pretty much that we usually think that we actually found all the planets or all the stars or all the galaxies. But then pretty much as years and years go by, we actually see that we keep finding more and more planets and stars and galaxies. And I mean, that's how it kind of goes. And same thing with paleontology. I mean, paleontology, we actually have. There's always going to be changes in paleontology, despite what the information has already been given. Like say, when the first dinosaurs were actually discovered, they actually thought that these were actually primitive reptiles, and they actually thought that they actually looked like cold-blooded lizards. But it wasn't until in the late 1800s to the early 1900s that we actually started to see changes to that concept of what dinosaurs would actually look like, because they basically stood up, had their legs underneath their body so that they could actually stand up straight. And also we actually see that they actually probably had a little bit more of a warm-blooded metabolism as the years go on. But it's pretty much how they actually looked has actually changed in paleontology, and also how they behaved, because pretty much when we actually see changes into a science, we usually kind of see like there's either opposition or otherwise there's great acceptance to some new theories. Like for instance, pretty much how Brontosaurus actually came to view. What happened was that Brontosaurus actually became a new species of dinosaur because it didn't have a head. Because the paleontologist that discovered the dinosaur couldn't find the skull of the animal, and so he actually went off to a different quarry to actually find the head, and he found a head that probably looked really suitable for this specimen. But as years go by, and it wasn't until the 1918 when the Carnegie Museum actually discovered a pretty good specimen of the dinosaur Brontosaurus, and they actually found the skull. They found the skull right next to the neck, and right next to the neck vertebrae. And so what they did is that they actually took the information and they actually thought that it was actually the correct kind of species. But then the government actually came in and said, no way, this is not the actual head of the Brontosaurus. So they disregarded the head that was actually discovered in that particular area, and they actually thought that the bigger skull actually was the right kind of choice. But it wasn't until the 1970s when they actually realized, that paleontologists realized that the Carnegie paleontologist was right, that the skull that he actually found in that particular area was the right skull for this kind of specimen. But it wasn't until around the 1980s or otherwise late 1970s or otherwise the early 80s, we actually start to disregard the specimen named Brontosaurus, because as it turns out, it was actually a species that has already been found. So they actually decided that Brontosaurus does not exist. It actually is a species that was actually already found and already given a name, and that was Apatosaurus, and we all see that as the particular way of actually seeing it. But I mean, there's still people that actually disagree with it. I mean, they still think that Brontosaurus still exists, was a real animal, and can actually be a specimen that is actually given the right kind of name. But you see, there's usually evidence that actually points against it, and that's how it kind of works. Do I see changes in the future for paleontology? Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, all sciences will actually go through changes as years go by. I mean, we can actually see new theories come up in paleontology, like pretty much the living environments, how can we actually know what kind of temperatures the environment was during the time of the dinosaurs or any other kind of prehistoric time, and we can actually try to figure out how long that certain species actually lived during that type of time. Like say they found a dinosaur in the Cretaceous period that actually lived around 80 million years ago. But then later on, they had actually found out that they actually found another specimen, but then it was actually in the older rocks that actually was in 95 million years ago. And so they would actually lengthen the time of this animal actually lived, 95 to 80 million years ago. And then if they find another specimen in the younger rocks, then they would actually say, okay, this dinosaur lived much longer than we actually expected. And so that's how it's actually pretty much going to come about. Do I see probably a lot more changes in paleontology? Absolutely. I mean, who knows what kind of changes would actually be going around in all particular kinds of sciences. Physics, we see a lot of changes in physics. We see a lot of changes in astronomy and all that kind of stuff. So I'd say that paleontology has a good future of having some significant changes and probably some bad changes. I mean, who knows what kind of bad changes would actually happen, but I mean, it's science, Science, you never know what's going to happen, and it's always going to be based on what the evidence actually points to, and we can always actually look to the evidence to actually know what kind of data that we can actually use to actually give the facts straight, and also get our hypothesis out. All right, that's it for now. And remember, tomorrow is a special episode, so make sure to actually send me the name of the prehistoric animal that you want me to talk about. I do have links on the Prehistoric Facts fan page on Facebook of the list of dinosaur names and also a list of prehistoric mammal names. And so you can actually go on to the Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris page on Facebook. Look up the names, and if there's this particular dinosaur or a mammal that you want me to talk about, I mean, you can also pick a sea monster that you want me to talk about. I haven't done an episode on sea monsters yet, and also if you actually have a question or two about dinosaurs or other prehistoric life, email it to me at dinocris71@gmail.com. And I'll answer for you on the Answer Questions episodes. So keep on sending those questions. And also, you can also follow me on Twitter at CSGRALL. And also make sure to follow the fan page on Facebook, Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris. And also make sure to email me your questions, and also you can email me the type of prehistoric animal that you want me to talk about. It could be a dinosaur, it could be a sea monster, it could be a mammal-like reptile, it could be a shark, that kind of thing. It's just mainly vertebrates. I usually like to, because I have more information on vertebrates, so hopefully you can actually send me some good animals that I can actually talk about, and also I can actually answer some questions for you about a particular anything about paleontology, dinosaurs, mammals, sea monsters, the whole ordeal. All right, that's it for now. Make sure to take care of the people around you, and also for younger people out there, make sure to listen to your teachers, your parents, and your guardians. Those are the best motivation that you can have for a good education, and it's very important to have a good education in the future so that you can have a really good job in the future. All right, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.